Hey guys, what's going on? Mason here, and today we're going to be doing 10 plays that prove these NFL superstars just don't have it anymore. Um, hopefully my upload schedule is going to be better, but 3, 2, 1, let's get into it.
Many of our favorite NFL players, some of them even future Hall of Famers, have regressed considerably in 2020. Age, injuries, and several other factors have led to considerable declines. Some of the big plays they used to make aren't being made anymore. Some of the mistakes they almost never made
Mr.
are
Tom
simply
Brady.
being made in bunches. You just need to watch them for a bit to realize they're no longer in their primes. Here are two
Yeah, no
NFL
dirt,
plays
he's
from
like
2020 that
46.
show these NFL veterans just don't have it anymore. Number 10. AJ Green,
Oof.
not even gonna try on this one. Green has a compelling case to reach the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Green, I remember when he was good. I was a young 10-year-old. I mean, I'm only 14, but still. He was really good. You know, when I started watching football, when the Bengals went to playoffs and lost. But I just don't feel like he. I think he could make it to the Hall of Fame. That's a long shot. So, well, let's continue. Let's see what they have to say.
Unfortunately, injuries have quickly piled up on Green over the last 2
True.
years, which obviously hurt his chances of strengthening the Hall of
Where's
Fame
that
case.
HD?
Green was limited to 9 games in 2018, and he missed the entire 2019 campaign because of an ankle injury. Heading into 2020, it was quite evident to some that the then 32-year-old Green was past his best before date. As expected, Green's production and role reduced considerably, with rookie quarterback Joe.
Is he even the main guy in Cincinnati anymore? I'm not a Cincinnati Bengals fan, but is he? I don't think he is anymore. Well, I don't know.
Burrow targeting young receivers like Tyler Boyd or T. Higgins.
Yeah.
But why would Burrow target Green aplenty after a play like this in Week 5 against the Baltimore Ravens? It's almost as if Green knew he wasn't going to make that catch, and the lack of effort is...
No.
It's almost as if Green knew he wasn't going to make that
He
catch.
didn't even
And the lack of
try.
effort is evidence of that. You think if he was in his prime still...
And that's why the Bengals suck, even without Joe Burrow. Or with Joe Burrow. Look, I mean, at the time they were 1-2-1. AJ Green isn't even trying. At least try to block it. You know there's a guy behind you. You gotta block that.
Green would have just
God.
given up like that. The guy didn't show any confidence in himself to make that catch, or the ensuing tackle. Number 9, Matt Ryan, interceptions galore. Atlanta Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan has regressed considerably since his
Ugh. Stupid ads, bro. Not sponsored.
2016 MVP season, the year in which he led the team to a Super Bowl 51 appearance. We all know what happened there. Be it age, the coaching staff, the offensive line, or the playmakers.
It looks like he's
around
getting
him,
hurt
several
right there.
factors have led to Ryan's regression over the years. Though he's still very much starting caliber, it's hard to deny the fact that he isn't an elite QB anymore. You don't just have to look at the numbers when it comes to judging the decline of a QB. If he's making mistakes that you're not used to seeing, then you know he's on the down end of his career. Late in the fourth quarter of the Falcons' Week 14 game against the Los Angeles Chargers, Ryan threw an interception with his team in field goal range. Justin Herbert followed up by throwing an interception on the
Work of the
ensuing
year
drive
right there.
with less than a minute to go. With 36 seconds left in the Falcons driving, Ryan threw a brutal pass right into the
Yeah, that's not bad.
Michael Davis.
No,
The
we gotta
Falcons
give some
driving,
analysts
Ryan
right
threw a
here.
brutal pass.
He's catching the ball right around there. Where my cursor is. That's not, that's a crappy throw, but I don't think it's oh, this is gonna make or break your season. I mean, you got 32 seconds left. 17-17. Yeah, that's a big play for the game, but both of these teams need to make the playoffs. I mean, gotta give props to the Chargers winning 4 straight, right? Well, I don't know.
Right into the waiting arms of Michael Davis, which helped the Chargers set up the game-winning field goal. Ryan's poor delivery and inability to read that coverage was sadly another example that he's not even close to that 2016 MVP.
I was surprised when he did
Ryan
that.
almost never made those mistakes back then, especially in crunch time. Number 8. Dan Bailey, 4th miss of the day. In his 7 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys, Dan Bailey was on a Justin Tucker and Adam Vinatieri-like level. The former Pro Bowler
I
made
didn't watch football back
88.2%
then.
of his field goal attempts and
Sorry.
99.3% of his extra point attempts.
Bro, that's pretty
But
insane.
for whatever
Also, I know Young-Hoo Koo is, supposedly the best kicker in the NFC. Bro, I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan. We're not going to bring that up, though. Jason Myers hasn't missed a single field goal this season, and he didn't even get a Pro Bowl. I'm mad about that.
reason, Bailey failed to bring that same level of consistency and accuracy when he joined the Minnesota Vikings in 2018. And an awful 2-game stretch late in the 2020 season is enough to suggest that he'll
We
never
always
be
hate
able
bad
to
kickers.
be a reliable kicker again. In the Vikings' Week 12 home win against the Jacksonville Jaguars, Bailey missed 2 of 3 extra point attempts and a field goal. But things only got worse in Week 13 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He missed an extra point attempt plus 36 and 54-yard field goal attempts in the second quarter. If you thought that was embarrassing enough, well, we hope you were still watching in the fourth quarter, because that's when Bailey really truly showed that he
Oh my goodness.
Bailey's
Boy.
miscues cost the Vikings 10 points in a 26-14 loss.
10?
So it's a massive blow to the
10
playoff
points?
hopes.
Are you...
What more
That's
can we say?
3
Not only is
field
he
goals
no
and an
longer
extra
the lead
point.
kicker,
That's
but
not...
this guy might
Why do we
actually
keep
be
getting
out of a
ads,
job.
bro? Not sponsored, not sponsored, raid. I accept it, but...
In the near future, you simply cannot miss 7 kicks over a 2-game span. Number 7, Rob Gronkowski no longer catching.
I haven't seen
Listen,
him play.
It was hard not to be excited when Rob Gronkowski decided to end his 1-year retirement and reunite with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. The NFL is without a doubt much more fun with Gronk. But most of us knew that the Buccaneers version of Gronkowski wouldn't be the same All-Pro and Hall of Fame talent we saw in New England for 9 seasons. I mean, Gronk was well past his playing prime in 2018, his final year with the Patriots. Aside from his freakish strength and size, Gronk's reliable hands really set himself apart from other tight ends. But as Brady
He's injured a lot.
in Week 2,
Whoa! That's that. You gotta catch that. You gotta catch that. That's unacceptable. That's 100 push-ups right there, bro.
His way. Gronk
No.
the most insane diving, one-handed catches in New England. He certainly never dropped easy targets like that one. Though he can still make the big plays here and there, especially in the red zone, it's very obvious that Gronk isn't the same Pro Bowl caliber player anymore.
He's like,
Number
how old is
6,
he?
Chris Harris Jr. can't catch Tyreek Hill. Chris Harris Jr. was one of the NFL's elite cornerbacks for the majority of his 9-year tenure with the Denver Broncos. A key part of the no-fly zone secondary, Harris was a 4-time Pro Bowler who earned 3 All-Pro selections. Named to the
I know. I haven't heard this guy a lot. I'm still gonna give a reaction though. Three Pro Bowls is a lot, but is that really elite? Unless he got like All Pro first team those 3 years. I mean, he might be. I don't know, though. I haven't heard his name.
2010's All-Decade team, the slick slot corner also helped Denver defeat the Carolina Panthers in Super Bowl 50. Harris's instincts and ball-hawking skills put him in that class of the NFL's top corners. And from 2014 to 2018, he was playing at a Hall of Fame level.
Never mind. I feel retarded, bro. I'm sorry. I feel so retarded.
Age and injuries have led to a gradual decline in Harris's production over the last couple of years. The Los Angeles Chargers, who signed Harris as a free agent in 2020, learned this relatively quickly. Harris missed most of the 2020 season with a foot injury, but even when he was on the field, he looked like anything but a former All-Pro. Take, for example, this deep touchdown he surrendered to Kansas City Chiefs superstar.
Overrated. I'm sorry. Patrick Mahomes is overrated, bro.
Tyreek Hill. Harris got burned and was several steps behind the explosive wideout. In his prime, Harris wouldn't be that far behind Hill, but this was just one of the many plays that
because he's getting old.
Well past his playing prime. Number 5, Josh Norman, stiff-armed by Derrick
Oh, we
Henry.
love this play.
When the Buffalo Bills signed Josh Norman in 2020 free agency, there was some hope that he
this.
could rebound following a...
Stupid.
frustrating 4-year tenure in Washington. Bills head coach Sean McDermott was the Carolina Panthers defensive coordinator when Norman earned Pro Bowl and first team All-Pro honors in 2015 after all. But nope, not even the great Bills coaching staff could help Norman turn back the clock. The man is barely starting.
Yes, we love to see it, Derek.
Easily Derrick Henry stiff arms into the ground here. Even if the 2015 version of Josh Norman can't make that tackle, he's at least not getting stiff-armed that badly. Number 4, LaShawn McCoy drops an easy touchdown. The 6-time Pro Bowl
He's a running back, not a
effective
wide
in his
receiver.
2019
Why
season
is...
with Kansas City.
Dude, he's a freaking running back. Why is this determining that he's going down? He's a running back. He's not meant to catch the ball. He's meant to run. Come on.
Chiefs, but who cares?
TPS,
McCoy
bro.
finally won a Super Bowl ring after having his prime years largely wasted by the Philadelphia Eagles and Buffalo Bills. After winning the Super Bowl, McCoy wound up signing with Brady's Buccaneers in 2020 free agency. Of course, everybody knew that he wasn't going to be all that productive with Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette ahead of him on the depth chart. McCoy didn't get much work under head coach Bruce Arians, and it's not hard to see why. The brutal drop on an easy touchdown by McCoy was more than enough proof that he really doesn't have it.
Well, still...
McCoy would have caught that 10 out of 10 times during his prime. Number 3.
He's not...
Philip Rivers gifts...
He's not retiring, bro. Philip Rivers is not retiring.
If they signed Philip Rivers with the expectation that he would return to his elite form we saw with the Chargers some years ago.
Why would you think that? I didn't even think that was going to happen. Why would the Colts think he would be a really good player? I think at best he'd be better than average. I mean, not even like, just like above average. Not a super great quarterback, you know. Someone you can just rely on to get you points, but not like he's going to make superstar plays. He's going to make the passes. He doesn't have the arm strength anymore.
Yes, he's
still
still somewhat effective and better than a number of current NFL quarterbacks, but Rivers is...
Patrick, bro. I'm just kidding, bro.
Not in that top 10 QB class anymore. Rivers was joining a Frank Reich coach team that only needed him to be half decent, however. With an elite defense and strong ground game,
yeah,
Rivers
that's why they made the playoffs this year.
300 yards and multiple touchdowns each week. Though Rivers got better as the 2020 season progressed, there were still several reminders that the man is well past the peak of his career. Take, for example, this awful and careless...
Well, then, if he's not a top 10 quarterback, then I guess Russell Wilson isn't a top 20 quarterback. Just look, Wilson would have thrown it just easy.
And careless pick 6 to Ronnie Harrison. Veteran quarterbacks just aren't supposed to make mistakes like that, unless they're on the down end of their careers, which Rivers obviously is.
Like Wilson. Another ad. Better not be Raid Shadow Legends. I swear, bro. Alright.
2. Jason Peters gets beat by Kingsley Keke. 9-time Pro Bowler and 2-time first-team All-Pro offensive lineman Jason Peters should earn the call to Canton one day. He was an instrumental part of the Eagles' Super Bowl 52 championship team, too. Pretty good resume for an undrafted product, huh? That said, every athlete reaches a point of inevitable decline, and Peters was far from great in the 2020 season. He and the Eagles' O-line regressed considerably, and it led to...
How many games they won? 3? And they almost made the playoffs.
The $128 million man Carson Wentz getting benched in favor of Jalen Hurts. Wentz can't take all the blame for the struggles on offense, however. It doesn't help when you don't have the time to throw, or when Peters is getting left in the...
Or you just don't have any wide receivers.
Dust by opposing pass rushers. Like on this occasion against Kingsley...
Hold on, I didn't see that.
Dust by opposing pass rushers. Like on this occasion against Kingsley Keke. You almost never saw Peters get crossed over like that in his Pro Bowl years. Number 1, Patrick Peterson can't DK Metcalf.
I'm gonna like
Peterson
this play.
Is a first ballot Hall of Famer, no question about it. But the perennial Pro Bowl cornerback has regressed much quicker than most would have expected. Many were hopeful that he would bounce back after a frustrating 2019 season that saw him suspended for 6 games over a PED violation. But Peterson looked like anything but an all-pro talent in 2020. He was consistently beat in coverage by superstar wide receivers, and Peterson almost never surrendered the big plays during his prime years.
That was his prime years.
Watch this play where Peterson is easily beat by Seahawks wideout.
It's like a 5 yard. No, it's like a 3 yard difference. But if you count in, being diagonal, that's like a 5 yard difference.
DK Metcalf.
That
This
should be a
was one of
touchdown.
the many plays that Pearson gave up in coverage to an elite wideout. This play against Metcalf just shows that he can't keep up with the absolute best of the best anymore. But what other 2020 plays proved that a certain NFL star doesn't have it anymore? Join us in the comments section below.
I don't know. Well, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that 5 times in a row. And as always,